Where's this? I saw this today. Let me see if I can find it again. Look at this. This is a very popular tweet. Anon has gamer leg. This guy comments, he retweets it, he says, Asmongold in 2 years. 62,000 likes. Look. Fucking look, okay? Legs are totally fine. There's nothing wrong with them. I'm completely healthy. Oh, I'll show you the other leg, too, just in case you don't believe it. See that? Totally fucking fine. Show your feet. Shut up, you fucking freak. And so anyway, yes. And it's just so, it's a random hate, and it's everybody in the comments is like, fucking, like, only use me, but I don't even know who the fuck that is. Yeah, pretty much. Anon is a Connect the Knots gamer. Yeah, look at this. At least they'll have the money to fix it. 2 years, this is Asmongold. There you go. And this is what happens, man. Everybody gets shit. I get shit on all the time. Does Pokey get shit on as well? Yeah. Sometimes it's unfair. Yeah, it is. But it's just funny. Who cares? People always resort to personal attacks when I have a real point. The guy, no, I'm not mad at the guy's tweet. I thought it was funny. I'm not mad at him for tweeting that. I'm not like, oh, I'm being offended right now. It's funny. Like, I'm not, what the fuck?
More backlash. That's just the way that it goes.
It's just a joke,
the way streaming is. And again, when you say something dumb online, you are going to get backlash. It is the internet. It's the way that it works. The more bad takes you have, the more detractors you'll have. But instead, she just tries to play on gender here, saying, oh, it's just the manosphere and I have to leave Twitch because they're not nice to women. Sure, I'm not as big as her, but I've had my fair share of backlash over my takes and trolls who try to get me upset. I just move on because it's the internet.
You tell people something they don't want to hear and they're going to get mad at you. Like, is it really that shocking? Like, god damn, I feel like it's obvious, right?
People troll me or criticize my takes and I don't really care. That doesn't stem from what another creator's doing. It's because of what I do and I accept that. Of course, back and forth drama can and does happen between social media personalities, and fans of each person will go after the other person. But in general, there isn't a massive general audience of people being created by the types of streamers that she's talking about and that she's targeting with her bullshit feminist rhetoric.
Oh, no, I disagree with her completely about this. I think that there's tons of guys on there that love to hear about how bad women are. Absolutely. Yeah. The same as, like, there's tons of women out there that love to hear about how bad men are. These are like women that have had, you know, their dad was an asshole, their brother's a dickhead, and their boyfriend is mean and cheated on them. And so from their perspective, they just hate men. Like, they unironically are femcells. They are, yeah. And there's a lot of guys that are like that too. And if you make content like that, like, if you look at my videos, for example, and to be fair, I mean, like, a lot of my videos do really well, right? But, like, if you go and you look at the Asmongold incel videos that I do, like, this has 400,000 views, almost 500,000 views, 1.6 million views. Look at that. Some of these are fucking crazy. And so, yeah, this is 600,000 views. A lot of people watch these fucking videos because it's a popular topic that a lot of people want to talk about and think about. That's it. Like, yeah. You kind of embrace that, though? I embrace being an incel? You think I embrace being an incel? No, I don't. The difference is that, here's what the difference is that whenever I see that people are incels, I don't immediately think that they are like a super bad guy that's going to kill women. I try to look at people, and I got a lot of shit for this whenever I was talking about people that were like terrorists, and I said that you have to understand why somebody becomes a terrorist in order to understand how to make people stop being terrorists. And everybody said, oh no, you shouldn't humanize them. Well, how can you not do that? They're humans. If you want to reverse engineer how a person works to make them stop doing something, you need to understand what made them do that. And so it's the same thing with incels. I try to understand how a person feels, because if you can understand how a person feels, you can understand how to make them feel in a way to make them do what you want. And that's the reason. It's fucking obvious.
And let's be honest, Pokimane is no stranger to controversy, and she says and does things that she must know are going to face backlash and ultimately get her being talked about, because just a few months ago,
not the cookies
she
again.
had the cookie debate. I know math is hard when you're an idiot. Pokimane slams Broke Boys for criticizing cost of her cookies minus snacks. She should have just came out and said, if you do not want to spend the money or you cannot afford to spend the money on them, don't. They're cookies. That would have been fine. Everybody would have applauded her saying, wow, actually a level-headed take. But instead she called people an idiot for trying to either, in some cases, break down the cost and say, I could purchase cookies that are very similar for a cheaper price, or people just trying to say, listen, why would I want to spend money on your product? At the end of the day, it's not like it's something that I can have forever, like a shirt or a mug or a mouse pad. It's cookies. And she took it personally, and that's the #1 rule of the internet. Do not take things personally, or else the internet is going to eat you alive. But it's like she does
she's totally right about this. The abso-fucking-lutely. Like, stop trying to be seen. Stop trying to be acknowledged. Stop trying to have people validate you on the internet. Stop trying to look for reinforcement. It's always a mistake.
And says things that, of course, are going to get people talking about her. Maybe she also said this so that people would talk about her. But it just does not look good for her. And even if people are talking, I personally do not I don't subscribe to the theory of all press is good press,
it's
even
not
negative press, because
it's not.
You are getting absolutely destroyed over your takes recently, Pokimane, and the more you spout,
No, all press is good press. This is the opinion of a person who's never had bad press.
Rhetoric like this.
There's a spectrum where, like, some negative press makes you more interesting and compelling, but there's like a level where it's like bad.
And manosphere red pill bullshit. You're only going to continue to get roasted for it and receive the backlash that you're now whining about. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this, make sure
I didn't
to give
really
it a
know
like,
that this was
share
about
it, and subscribe to the channel.
like
and of course, if you didn't, give it a
guys.
dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.
Yeah, I think this is pretty fair overall. I mean, again, I think Pokimane probably does get a bit more criticism because, like, they look at her as, like, the poster girl for Twitch girls, and people have a lot of problems with Twitch girls. And so, yeah, sure, she gets some of that hate. But, like, people look at XQC as the poster boy for, like, React streamers, or Hassan is the poster boy for, like, liberal, like, people on the internet, and, like, they shit on him. Like, it's just, that's what happens, right? If you're considered, like, this person is now, like, an avatar of a group of people that everybody just assumes is like this. And again, I'm not about, like, you don't need to assert. And look at this, right? Isn't this my point exactly? Everybody's got a fucking opinion about this. Everybody's getting mad. And that's my whole point, right? Is that, yes, 100%, it's not about what your opinion of Hassan is. I don't give a fuck. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. So think about that next time you're going to type it. My point is that Twitch is not a safe space for things that are, like, super misogynist. It is absolutely not. Like, the actual bad stuff is on YouTube. YouTube is the worst platform for red pill stuff. And in my opinion, I don't even think it's close. It's huge. Like anytime, like if I go over, you know, for example, like I'll go ahead and I'll do this. So is Pokimane right? I think that if you go down and you read some of these comments, right? Almost every single person in this video that I did, this is 5 days ago, was like saying something negative about Pokey. Like everybody was saying something negative about her. You didn't link her video? I haven't finished talking about it. I'll link the video right now, but I was going to. I appreciate you reminding me, though. Yeah, this was I think this is overall a pretty fair video, though. Yeah, it was... Hello, Asma, I just quit my job to watch your Pal World today. Good job, man. Well, you know, the positive thing is that you've already made a bad decision, so it can only get better from here, right? Bachelor interest in weightlifting and guns. I get red pill stuff in my feed all the time. Yeah. That's it. And so, like, whenever I see this kind of stuff happen, I just... Like, I don't think that... I think that Twitch is probably out of... Like, if I look at Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube... I don't go on TikTok, really. I look on these 4 platforms. I think that Twitch is the least misogynistic platform by a mile. And also, keep in mind, I'm a guy. Am I directly experiencing it? No, I'm not. I mean, maybe secondarily, if I like defend a girl and people say I'm a simp, but other than that, no, I'm not. So, yeah, I really just don't think that Twitch is a misogynistic platform at all. I think it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The majority of content on Twitch is not sexual. This is just not the way it works.
Black Myth Wukong is mostly a great success.
You scared for me?
This game has been slowly hyped up for years.
I hope it's a long night.
Kill me, I'm right here, kill me. Basically, my message is...
I'm the monkey. This game is about me.
The rules changed.
Nobody else.
Told you where we'd find you.
Nobody's earned the right to review this game except me.
The city's afraid of me.
This is between me and China. 4 years I've been waiting, man. Wukong BMB. The day has come. I thought it would never happen. Check my pulse, bro. But now, there's no more hiding. Between your Unreal Engine 5 trailer, your video montage, des je sais pas quoi, des trucs de gamin. Nothing but Rantoni and monkey game from China. You and me, Xi Jinping. I fuck you. I fuck you. I fuck you. Now I want to make this perfectly clear. I will review this game and honest with business Saksiki. I have so much to say, bro, as always. But today, extra plus even much more. Nobody was more hyped for this game than me. To all these other reviewers, stop. My dog. There's no review copy because I'm come for legacy. Black Myth Wukong is breaking records. Over 10 million units sold already. The most played single player game of all time on Steam. Chinese companies are giving their employees the day off to play it. No joke, this is big. Like once. Game of the year, question mark. It does something that we have never ever seen before. It makes me fun of fucking Boston. And then it does something that ruins it like a kill shot. Don't come to the zoo tomorrow. But before we continue this video is sponsored by... There is no ad, bro. There is no sponsor. It makes me fun of fucking Boston. And then it does something that ruins it like a kill shot. Don't come to the zoo tomorrow. But before we continue this video is sponsored by... There is no ad, bro. There is no sponsor. Yeah, come on. Black Myth Wukong Project is the best browser I've ever seen. Are you ready for a revolution? It's easy to remember. Opera like Phantom. G like was macht Jesus. And X marks the spot.
Excuse me?
Opera GX. It's so customizable you wouldn't possibly miss. Let's say you doubt Opera GX. No problem. Use Opera GX to customize Opera GX into not Opera GX. Wanna hear how I come to? You enjoy modding Skyrim? Cool. Does that hobby come in hetero? Start modding your browser now. I put the money rain on my screen. You should try the cracked screen mods. Useful. Wallpaper, background music, keyboard sound, you know sandwich artist? You can be browser artist. My favorite feature is the GX Corner. They show you the current news about the games. What's this guy actually saying? And this counts across various platforms, but for me, the release calendar is particularly useful. Do you know when Kami Tsubaki City Ensemble comes out? I do. And all this is free anyways. Use my link below to download Opera GX today. Just try it. Anyone who's willing to sponsor the top monk deserves some respect, okay? So put some respect on Opera GX. Alrighty, so, Black Myth Wukong. Sorry, but I'm a serious reviewer. Can't be taken seriously, so wear a monkey costume. You know what's fucking crazy? When BMW was announced in 2020, 4 years ago, and we first saw the gameplay, we thought, games will look like this? It's over! Gänsehosen! And now we're here. And yes, they do. And it's not even that crazy. Look at Metal Gear Solid Delta. Look at Hellblade 2. Space Marine 2. I'm not trying to say that it's nothing special anymore, but in a way, yeah, this is the new standard for AAA. What a time to be alive, my friends. Shout out to everyone who passed away. The game is in a marvelous technical state. I had no bugs. No crashes. It is gorgeous. I see Wukong and I want to feed the monkey. Unreal Engine 5 schmeckt. The cutscenes are kino. The music is banging. The voice acting impeccable. The headless Chinese singer guy, I love him. I don't want to spend any more time glazing the game's visuals because you don't need me for that. You can see it with your own eyeball. What you might need me for is to tell you guys that this is special. You might know the Monkey King from other games, but this right here is something else. This world, this narrative, this attention to detail, this love for the source material. A novel written almost 500 years ago. There was no TikTok, no medicine. If you fucked, you died. This is an original story. The novel has concluded and Black Myth Wukong seamlessly continues where it ended. I've been having a geek off with a close Chinese friend of mine who always helps me with translations. And strap in, guys, I'm going deep. Every enemy you fight gets a gorgeous hand-drawn journal entry in this traditional Chinese style. Why is the Panda Express menu not like this? It's accompanied by a poem and anecdotes about the creature. Look at this wolf in his story. And the story of the wolf and so on. I can summarize the entire bestiary with one word. Charm. Every character in Black Myth Wukong has irresistible charm. No matter how small, how unimportant, how much they look like mein haariger Sack, they're all a joy to listen to and watch them gesticulate. They quote ancient Chinese proverbs and expressions. Here's a quick taste. 法天，天法道，道法自然。就在樊笼里，复得返自然。他根不怕，无数常在。The Buddhist temples and Chinese architecture you come across. I love this so much, I cannot fit it into words, no my rectum. To see my culture represented in a big budget game to this degree is an amazing feeling. And if you think I'm biased because I'm Chinese, I'm sorry I annoyed you with my ethnicity. Maybe this is how you see me. Did you know China and Japan are actually a different country? Did you know that the game has 81 bosses and in the novel Sun Wukong has to face 81 calamities through his journey to the west? Did you know that the max cap is level 342, which is the age of Wukong's death as deemed by the King of Hell? Did you know that this mural right here depicts Wukong's first teacher? Did you know that his high-pitched voice 长生不老 is because of the classic TV show that I watched as a kid?
不是神仙，怎么说出神仙的话来了？
The devs even got approval from the original composer of the theme song and remixed it into something similar but fresh. Es lässt die Herzen höher schlagen, meine Damen und Herren. The list of nods and small references to the novel, to the legendary TV show are endless and prove to me that this was a labor of love. I don't even want to mention the murals that you see at the end of each level or the animated cutscenes. It's just in game form. But now let me ask you the million-dollar question. Who gives a fuck? Legit, who gives a shit? Who cares? World building and story go hand in hand. Just because your world is awesome and great, you're a nerd, you love Chinese culture, you love ordering the number 43 to go, don't mean the story is any good. And it's not. Let me put it like this. For me, it was like watching a play at a theater. Cultured, but lame as fuck. I never found it particularly engaging. It's fun to see it unfold in front of you. Every chapter is its own little play with its own characters, and you're along for the ride, so to speak, yeah? I enjoy that for what it is, but I also, it is lacking an overarching story, an overarching villain, a continuous thread. Your character is a mute monkey with zero personality and emotions. I can't relate to that. I talk a lot. The game fails to build any suspense, and my advice to the developers would have been be a little less concerned with paying respect to the source material, but focus more on telling a story that works today, because the story you told just doesn't. Okay, let's leave all this story shit behind us. Who gives a fuck? It's a game. I wanna play a game. Watch a game. Listen to a game. So, exploration, aka invisible walls. Watch these.
Gameplay.
Yes, they're here, they're everywhere. Get ready. You walk 5 meters, yeah? The environments are very limiting. You really can't explore off the beaten path. Now, that doesn't mean that there's no exploration. On the contrary, there's tons to find. Gras, Baum, Stein. The locations are huge, but it just takes a while for you in the game to get to know each other, learn to read each other's signs. But the way the monkey jumps and climbs and clips around vertical obstacles is janky and cursed. There's a reason why there's no platforming, okay? It just wasn't made for it. I know all this sounds kind of bad, but I did get used to it pretty quickly. And I'm also inclined to forgive it. Because number one, I'm a nice guy. Number two, how the fuck would you know if I wasn't a fucking piece of shit? Number three, there's so much optional goodness in this game. I'm not gonna spoil anything for you, but there are several completely secret locations. Massive. Optional quests, hidden items, secret equipment, cutscenes and story elements that most people won't find. The amount of content here is gigantic. 35 hours for my first playthrough. And I realized after talking to my friend that I've missed some epic stuff. So please do explore each level. Now, you guys know me. You know me. When people ask you, who's Renton? You guys always respond, Renton. Tall and smart. One of my, admittedly, very few negative characteristics. I have the orientation of a goldfish. That's why I could never finish Sekiro. Number one, Japan. Number two, after taking the right at the third branching intersection, I look back and I'm like,
Goodbye.
now why do I say this? Because BMW also has no map. Zero. Nothing. Nichivo. Ni figure. Ni mutter figure. Not even an abstract title with some artwork on it or compass that leads to Shaolin. You know how Kratos had Mimir? I want Shirang to point me in the right direction every time I roll my boots.
Renton's penis so small.
I should hate this, but I don't. It's just not that bad here. And I think the key reason is because the world is separated into distinct locations. You can't get lost forever, so to speak. You're locked in an area. I like that. You can travel between them if you missed something. There's a nice golden shower that guides you to the closest inactive shrine. It's nice, especially because there is a bigger issue than no map. Due to the significant amount of backtracking, traversing this world can get tedious. For real. The game either needs some type of mount or an ultra sprint where you can go monkey mode and just run on all fours. There's too much running through emptiness. For those of you who want to 100% the game, this is a bit of a pain in the ass. Just know this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. All this shit is now out of the way. Fine, I can talk about what I want to talk about. Enough with the ping-pong argumentation. Black Myth Wukong just used every other AAA game as toilet paper. Vibrant shit from its arse. The bosses in this game... I'm gonna say it. The bosses in this game take a dump on Elden Ring bosses. That is a fact. A brutal fact. Brutal and raw. Like me, in bed. Enemy variety, boss level. Enemy design, end level. The best boss I've ever seen in a video game. No exception. Done. Over and out. Don't believe me? Gorgeous man with more hair than me. Da baby. Wolf in Wolfspants. Richard Barker. Would you know about the frog? Half snake, half emo. Big black busted bear with big beats. And if you think that's a spoiler, it's not. Because Black Myth Wukong doesn't just deliver quality. It delivers quantity. So much so that the cope online is laughable. Boss rush game? Every person who says that should be bullied into a work camp. It's not a boss rush game. Oh my god. It's just a game with a lot of bosses and you're just not used to getting spoiled like that. Fighting bosses is still only a fraction of the total playtime. You're still exploring a ton and fighting normal enemies all the time. But the sheer amount of boss battles is unprecedented and something that you have to witness to believe. Trust me, you don't know. You haven't seen this. So just because a game went above and beyond what you can conceive that people brain of yours, don't lash out. What are you doing with your life? What are you doing right now? Watching a random video? Good, that's great. Love you for that. Give it up. I have a lot of passion and anger that is fighting in the wrong direction.